is a powerful aphrodisiac. So are oysters. At the Refuge, they found a cheaper brand. It's called abstinence.
It may not have it all, no carpet wall to wall, or look like the homes in magazines. It may not be spick and span, it may not have a man or other labor-saving machines. It may be in a mess, but nevertheless it's a refuge when the world falls apart at the sea.
Is it safe for me to stay the night, Caroline?
Yes, I told you I'm on the pill.
But your front door told me that men are not allowed.
No, mere men are not allowed, but you, my darling, are a god. Yeah, we have decorated your work of genius in clean linen. It's an English tradition. The English cannot stand too much art. It sends them blind.
In Italy, this work would stand proudly in a big piazza.
Yes, well, here it'd be lucky to get inside the door of a pizza takeaway. Are you coming, darling?
Hey, give me a chance. I ain't to take my clothes off yet.
Her key again. No, I'd come in. She was drunk and talking to herself. Little girl. Can I help you?
Yes. My parents are trying to take my baby away from me.
Well, you better bring it in. Where is it?
It's inside me.
Have you eaten it?
I haven't had it yet.
Oh, sorry. My brain switched off for the night. It thinks I'm still asleep.
You're pregnant, are you? It chews, does it?
No, your stomach's flatter than Norfolk.
I'm 3 months. I saw your advertisement in the ladies' loo at the railway station. I was going to London, but there's not a train until 6:15.
Come and sit down. Dee Dee, put on the kettle, will you? We'll have some coffee, shall we?
Melanie, oh, not for me. It's potentially harmful to the baby.
Is it? I drank gallons of the stuff when I was pregnant. It didn't harm my children. On second thoughts, though.
Warm milk, all right, Melanie. Is it goats? No, it's co-op. Oh! Goats! I'm only drinking goat's milk now for the baby's sake.
You wanted to have horns, a beard, and eat this.
I wanted to be born free of antitoxins. I'm doing A-level biology, so I know all about the harm they can do to the unborn child. What about water? Is it from the tap?
Yes, and it's swarming with fluoride and microscopic organisms, but we haven't got a deep processing plant in the flat. We're not Sellafield.
You're cross with me, aren't you? Everybody's cross with me tonight.
You've had a row?
It was awful. I've never heard Daddy shout so loud. Mummy was crying and beating herself up. Granny came out of our annex. I thought they would understand. I said, Mummy, Daddy, you're going to be grandparents. I'm 3 months pregnant.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
And you're surprised, are you, that Mummy and Daddy didn't run to crack open the champagne and the Granny didn't fall onto your neck sobbing her congratulations?
If I'd been pregnant at 16, I know what would have happened to me. My dad would have nailed me to the scoreboard at Leeds United football ground. It was rather strict.
They made it sound so sordid. They know Simon and I are deeply in love.
Simon's the baby's father, is he?
Yes, he's adorable.
Where is he in your hour of need?
He's in Derbyshire doing his Duke of Edinburgh's award.
What, in fertility?
Your parents must be frantic with worry. Do you want to phone them now and tell them that you're here at the Refuge?
No. I shall never see their bent backs and lined faces again.
Your parents are elderly, are they?
Yes, they're both 40. They've forgotten what it's like to be in love. They want me to have an abortion.
Brennan! Glenda Ballard at 3 o'clock in the morning when my body's at its lowest ebb.
Hello. I'm on nights this week. I brought someone to see you. Glenda, say hello. Ellen, this is Glenda.
Why is she handcuffed?
She gave me a bit of trouble.
We run a voluntary refuge here, Brenda. We don't like to admit clients who are manacled to police officers.
Hello, I recognise your face. Don't you work at the Imperial Hotel?
Yeah,
Behind the bar in the lounge?
at the bar in the lounge. I'm a prostitute.
No, you're not, Glenda. In your soul, you're not a prostitute.
In the bank, I'm a prostitute, and that's where it counts as far as I'm concerned.
I'd like to go to bed now, please.
In here, you take the top. I wouldn't mind getting some sleep. I've been in bed all night.
Right. But remember, you set foot outside that door, and I shall arrest you for soliciting if you so much as bend down and pat a dog.
Are you working for the Vice Squad now, Brenda? Wow, I bet that's exciting.
There's nothing exciting about it, Dee Dee. Look at Glenda. She's given up a respectable career in nursing. Staff nurse she was on men's surgical. Look at her now. A man's plaything. Well, that's the last chance you get from me, Glenda. You get yourself a nursing job tomorrow or you're up before the courts.
Okay, okay. I want to get some sleep. I've been at it since 6 o'clock this evening. Thanks, Brenda. Here, love, get yourself a cab back to the station.
Oh, no, my girl, you don't get round me that way. I'm not accepting tainted money. Have you made all that tonight?
Yeah, it were a good night. It always is when the Society of Embalmers and Undertakers have their annual dinner.
Embalmers and undertakers, how could you? Just think where the hands have been.
Brandy lot they are. Still, I suppose if you're working with the dead all day, you're entitled to a bit of life at night, aren't you?
How much do they give you, these undertakers?
It varied. I had one at 50 quid, two at 35, four at a tenner. Oh, and the last bloke I did for a fiver. He came up between the main course and the cheese and biscuits, so he was in a bit of a hurry.
Sounds like William, most unsatisfactory, isn't it? William thought foreplay was a golfing term.
Anyway, that's enough talking shop. There's nothing so boring as talking about sex.
Well, turn up. I'm off back to the main streets. Early morning, all.
Good night. Coming.
Mamma mia, it's the monster of Loch Ness. Hey, Julia, stop sleeping. I need a pee-pee real quick. Let me out, Julia.
Morning, girls. Time to get up.
Oh, no, Helen, just 5 minutes more.
No, Dee Dee, use self-discipline. It's old-fashioned but extremely effective.
I never get up before 2 in the afternoon. Close the door when you go out, will you?
How wonderful. I think I might be having my first bout of morning sickness.
Giovanni, no! Who is that? My daughter, Julia.
Why is she shouting Giovanni no? She's dreaming about her Italian lover. Lucky Julia. Wish I had such vivid dreams. All I dreamt about last night was treading on a corgi at Buckingham Palace.
I haven't got any money. You're taking my last penny, you freak.
She's dreaming about a bank manager now.
Please don't leave me.
You're giving me the money, I said. You don't? I know.
A man's voice. What do you think I am?
She's watching breakfast telly.
You're a woman who pays for sex.
Doesn't sound like dear Frank Boss. She's got a bloke in her room. She's killing her in Italian.
The bathroom, quick.
There. While you're in there, cut your throat, will you?
I love him. He has nowhere to go. The landlord had changed the locks on his studio.
We had 2 rules in this flat. Rule 1, everyone cleans the bath after use. Rule 2, men are not in any circumstances allowed.
She was always breaking rule 1.
Yes, so I'm sending you to Coventry.
Stay with Auntie Beryl?
Is she retarded or what?
We're not talking to you. You just did. So, how long does my ordeal of silence last? 1 day, a week, a month, forever? I appeal to you all. I'm a woman not in her right mind. I am besotted with him. I've given him money, but he wanted more, always more.
So, you paid him for sex, did you? Linda!
I'm not talking to her.
Vamoose, Pedro.
And she kidnapped me. I was a prisoner. Not even bread and water did she give me. Only sex, until it was coming out of my ears.
Out.
I've taken my work of art with me.
Hey, they're gone. I only ironed that last night.
There's no happy here.
Is nobody going to comfort me?
Dee Dee, put that under my daughter's door, will you please?
I repeat, you have been sent to Coventry. So if you fancy conversation tonight, don't come home from work.
Our journey around the world was taking rather longer than 80 days. Thank goodness, en route, we discovered mignon morceau, a delicious garlic snack. However, thanks to favorable wind conditions, we arrived in Mexico on time to enjoy the flavoursome tortilla chips and encountered the extraordinary Mexican hat dance. Phileas Fogg, first-class snacks from around the world.
Listen, I can't keep it to myself any longer. Simply had to tell you about our new Coleman's home-style cooking sauces. Well, we have put the very best ingredients in a special pack that seals in the freshness and flavour. So there's no need for any added artificial colours or preservatives. They're just like you'd make yourself, if only you had the time. You'll find Coleman's home-style cooking sauces make an everyday meal simply delicious. Coleman's. Always make the best a touch better.
In Japan, Sanyo have designed an FST television with an extraordinary feature. Usually, when you flick between channels to see what's on, you end up
in deep manure and get
Confused! Totally confused!
and to make matters worse.
miss out on
The very thing.
you've been waiting to see.
But with Sanyo's new picture-in-picture television and a video, you can monitor the other 3 channels while you still watch me. Freeze frame, plant the picture where you want it. And as he would say,
Have a very pleasant evening.
picture-in-picture TV from Sanyo, a new way in Japanese technology.
Here is the news.
News is good.
News and views. News, and...
No news.
Bad news.
Hello?
Hello, I'm ringing about Stalk Special Blend Margarine.
Oh, well, I love it. I think it's lovely. It's got a lovely taste. It spreads lovely. It's just nice. It's always been passed down through the family. We've always had it.
Thank you very much for those nice things you said about Stalk Margarine right in there.
It's a refuge.
You miss nursing, Glenda?
To tell you the truth, I do. Especially midwifery. There's nothing like a newborn baby.
Oh, yes. I remember my first view of Julia, red and repulsive. She looked like William when he'd lost at bridge.
God. The fun's gone out of it now. It's all instruments and gadgetry. The last consultant I worked for used an egg timer on contractions. That way he could keep his eye on his patient and have his breakfast at the same time.
I'm going to give natural birth. I'll have the perfect little boy.
Oh, little boys are the worst. Hugo simply refused to come out. He spent so long in the birth canal, we had to send in a canoe.
I've known labour go on for 3 days.
3 days? I can't take that long off school. I've got my mock ace this summer.
If you have to have stitches, you'll be in for a fortnight.
Stitches?
It's a painful business giving birth. It's not all graceful panting and singing 10 green bottles.
I can't have stitches. I'll be blemished. Simon loves me for my pure, unsullied flesh. He even went all faint when I showed him my lacrosse scar.
He's in for a few surprises. You'll have stretch marks, varicose veins, and a very sore body.
I don't believe you.
Are the sights I've seen down in Casualty. Battered babies, desperate young mums.
I'd never lay a finger on a poor, defenseless little child.
That's what I said until I caught myself trapping Julia's head in the mangle.
The mangle? How could you?
Easy, it was wash day. I put her through with a pile of drip dries.
Did it hurt?
No, I hardly felt it. Oh, you mean Julia? Well, she didn't have a snub nose or pointed ears till then.
It can't be true. It isn't in any of the books.
No, they're all written by blokes.
It says here that women have to reclaim their territory.
That reminds me, I must be off. If you leave your patch for half an hour these days, some other bugger's on it. I had to turn off 2 schoolgirls and an OAP last week.
An OAP?
Yeah, she was trying to pay her heating bill. I was that sorry for her, I gave her half my takings. £5 of bar of chocolate and a load of luncheon vouchers. So, if you don't mind...
I'll fetch the key.
Take my advice, Lou. Talk it over with your mum.
She doesn't understand. She wants me to do ordinary, boring things like go to university and be an astronomer. You see, I'm fascinated by stars.
Oh, so am I. Mine are always right. Yesterday they said, beware a person of authority at work.
Did they mean your boss?
No, they meant Brenda Bollard. She nicked me as soon as I got to my bar stool.
Anyway, I'm not talking about those sort of stars. I mean planetary ones.
Planetary?
Yes, fiery balls colliding with Uranus.
Didn't say anything in my stars about that.
Nanny, you phone your parents now. Glenda, I'll let you out. But if you go to work tonight, you can't come back here. I don't want to be known as a kidnapper and a pimp.
Hello, I'm back!
Hello! Oh, Daddy, we've been cut off.
My tongue! Have you bitten it? Dig it out. It's a funny colour. Do you drink and smoke?
No.
Take my advice and start. It'll soon be a normal, healthy yellow.
Oh, I don't know what I'd do without it. It's a tool of my trade. Be like a stonemason losing his chisel.
Yeah, or a builder finding his.
Still, that was the first accident I've had all day.
Good girl.
Unless you count spilling boiling gravy in Bob Beavis's lap.
That's what she meant by fiery ball.
But I did that on purpose. It was beastly about my award.
What award?
I've been nominated for the Saul Silver Local Radio Prize.
Who's Saul Silver?
It's the town's biggest carpet manufacturer. They support the arts, you know, amateur opera and things.
What's the prize?
2 tickets for HMS Pinafore and a bath mat.
Oh, Daddy, was Teddy lonely without me last night?
Well, thanks for having me, as the Boy Scout said to the vicar.
Oh, Glenda, don't go yet. I want to interview you. I've got a new idea for a series. Women coming out on top.
That'll be the day. I haven't had a client yet who likes to do it that way.
No, I meant women at the top of their professions and not ashamed to say so.
Well, I have learnt a few tricks over the years. Being in the operating theatre helps. You have to be quick with your fingers.
Congratulate me, everyone. I have just sold a bust of Winston Churchill to an Egyptian tracing his ancestors. Winston Churchill wasn't Egyptian. No, but it's surprising what 10 foot of bandage can do. Drinkies, anyone? Yes, please. Dee. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Really, Mummy, this is very childish. I haven't been sent to Coventry since I tied Hetty Hay-Ho's pigtails to the back of Daddy's car. What's so terrible about that?
He was driving it at the time.
Daddy's voice was so calm and reassuring. I could almost smell his old Hoban. I think I'll go and have a lie down. I'm emotionally upset.
Poor little girl. Of course, street walking isn't that different from nursing.
No.
No, they've both got long hours, hard work, dirty old men.
Dirty old men? You mean the patients?
No, the doctors. Then surgical was the worst. Those rubber gloves turn them on.
Dead.
Did you see that? Do you have many regulars?
Well, let's see. There's the chief inspector, the vice squad, the magistrate, the mayor.
Oh, I have a frightfully sore throat. It's so exhausting communicating in Egyptian. The only word I know is pyramid.
First word. You feel sick?
I know! Arsenic and old lace.
No, a taste of honey. Honestly, Julie, it was obvious.
Not to me. You look like a poison victim in a last agony.
I won prizes for my charades. I'm a very good actress. Anyway, I can't talk to you. The honey and lemons are in the kitchen. Make it yourself a change.
Drinks, girls? Find the champagne in the fridge.
Just a minute, Mummy. That's my champagne.
Did someone speak?
Yes. Me, Julia, your daughter.
I don't know what you mean. I have no daughter.
Nice drop of bubbly. One of my friends brings me this.
How romantic. Does he drink it out of your shoe?
No, he pours it over himself and cries. It reminds him of his christening.
I want to discuss what to do about Julia's room now that it's vacant. There are lots of deserving women. I have some case notes here.
Do you think we're going too far?
No, I know Julia's tricks. When she was little, she used to pretend she was dead when it was her turn to do the dishes. Don't worry, that's too blunt to peel a grape. Next, it'll be the sleeping pills. I happen to know they're mint imperials.
Are you sure?
I took 2 the other night. I didn't get to sleep, but it cured my indigestion.
I suffer dreadfully with indigestion. It's eating at irregular hours.
Can't you eat normal meals?
It's not the meals, it's the snacks in between. I've got clients who'll pay a fortune to watch me chew a Mars bar.
She's never going to do the cleaning.
Oh, don't be silly. Julia thinks a Hoover's for drying Peking duck. Perhaps it's the Indian rope trick.
They're devils for being tied up.
Do you regret the evil life that you've been forced to live?
I have been a bit depressed with it lately. In fact, I'm thinking of giving it up. I'd like to travel, see exotic places. I miss the chinwags for the girls as well.
Don't you chat to your clients?
Chat? You get a better conversation off a lavatory wall. It's either dirty words or baby talk. You might as well be in a nursery. Yeah, they do have some funny habits.
Can you tell me about them?
I had this judge once. He was a card. He had to have pickles all over his what's-it.
Pickles?
Mustard pickle was his favourite. His nanny used to use it for bronchitis plaster.
What was this judge's name?
His first name was William, but I can't divulge his last.
Very well, describe the piccalilli.
Lovely. Rich golden yellow with chunky piquant bits. I ate all the jaws he left behind.
I knew it. My vintage piccalilli. It's my husband, William Crichton Crick. Julia!
No! It's too late, Mummy.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You can't go now. We've got your father by the short and curlies.
Sure of that. Didn't have many left.
We can expose them on the radio. Judge abuses pickled onion.
Oh, Daddy, I'm glad I shan't live to see your shame. I, who have always been your little doo-doo pop, can defend you no more. My lust for men has blinded me to the truth, and now I am friendless and unloved. Dee Dee, take care of Mummy for me and give all my Pink Floyd records to the Rag and Bone Man. I'm sorry.
Oh, Julia, that was really moving.
Thank you. Shouldn't have laughed. Do you want the fag?
No, thank you, I don't smoke.
Julia, get down. If you really want to hang yourself, do it next week after we've got your father's grovel.
Now or never. Goodbye, cruel world. Oh, Miss Julia, don't do it.
Jump, Julia, jump! You man, I break my ankle!
What's with Vernon now? Get ready to catch her!
I thought Miss Dee was a goner.
I don't know what came over me. For a moment, I felt quite holy.
You can make up for it by suing your father. Half the money, or we sell his story to a sordid journalist.
No, to me.
It was you to whom I was referring. Very well, but now it's all the money. And I want what's left of the Piccadilly.
I had a horrid dream. I dreamt I was all alone at sea with a giant blow-up dolly.
Don't worry, love. Your mum and dad have sent me to fetch you. You won't be alone anymore. You better come along too, Glenda. The chief inspector wants a few words.
Yes, I know. Caca, poo-poo and bum tickles.
What shit? That's language likely to harass, alarm and distress.
I quite agree. In fact, I don't want to hear it anymore. Tell the chief, no thanks, but I'm going back to what I do best.
Experienced midwife wanted in Bahrain. High rates, friendly staff, own camel.
Goodbye, dear. And remember, whatever you decide, your parents are always your best friend.
You're a